We're back on the south coast of New South Wales, and it is finally time to start our Troopy conversion, from a makeshift camper to the ultimate overlanding vehicle, and we take you along for the ride. We will remove everything, clean and prep floor and walls, sound deaden the whole lot because nobody wants to drive around in a tin can, tint the windows for privacy and UV protection, and fix any rust spots. Good morning. It is day one of stripping a Troopy completely. We'll start with this top shelf, hat holder, and then probably do the outside too. Removing our temporary Troopy fit out comes with mixed emotions. On one hand, we are so excited for what's next, but at the same time, it holds so many memories already. Being able to stand up and cook inside will be a huge improvement, as well as a sleeping area connected to the car so we can check on the dogs at night. The curtains will stay. They are how Curtie got his name. Almost done. Drawers to go. Drawers seem to be the number one choice for weekend warrior campers. And while they definitely have their place, it just won't work for us. What I've been doing, trying to remove the drawers that are mounted to the Troopy, and they're mounted through the actual floor, so only one person. I have to hold onto this screw on one side and then loosen it from the other side. So I put a spanner in there, and then I put this toe doohickey on top, and that's been working. It's the last one. The fourth bolt, that should be it. Woo! Today I'm going to record the sound deadening. I've removed everything else out of the Troopy and I've marked everything out. So now I'm going to take pictures of that and then go from there. Pretty much do a two-phase or two-stage sound deadener. So first you have those I don't know, sticky sheets like this. They're quite thick, self-adhesive. Put them down on all the bigger panels. I'm actually going to do the floor as well, just because it is quite a large area. They do say you don't have to do it because it is like this. and apparently that stops the vibrations, but just to be safe and to make it extra comfortable for us, I'll put that down first. I'll put that in the side walls, I put it on the floor. The previous owners already put it in the front area, so that should be all good. Saved me a bit of money there and some work, because that's really tricky. And then after that, I'm going to put down stage 2. So I've gone with waterproof carpet underlay. It's also self-adhesive, and it looks like that. It's nice closed cell foam. It's water resistant, so it's not going moldy or anything. You can go with cheaper options, I think, and in hindsight I should have probably gone with something else for the side walls, but this stuff has really good heat insulation. So when it's cold outside, you have the heater going inside, it stays nice and warm, and the other way around, when it's outside hot, it stays cooler in the car, which when you live in it should be very nice. So yes, it's probably a touch heavier than what you could go with, but I think it's better quality as well, so hopefully it actually insulates the whole thing a little bit better. And yeah, let's get started. We are also both back at work. This has been my first full-time week, so I'm in recovery mode today, taking it easy, and yeah, pretty exhausted, but yeah, making the money to make it all happen. So the other day I emptied the Troopy out, and I actually got really excited and started marking it all to see where we're gonna put what. So let's see if this is gonna be the way it ends up in the end. But I was thinking kitchen is gonna go here, and then below it we'll have another cabinet for pantry items and pots and stuff. The wheel arch water tank, which is 48 liters, will go at the back here with another cupboard in front of it and our power system above it. And we're thinking to put the battery in here and then use this factory hole to vent it, because you have to vent it if you want to use shore power to charge your batteries. So our system can actually take charge and charge the batteries up while plugged in into shore power. But to be able to do that with lithium, you have to have it vented to the outside, somewhere that is not a living area. And we were going to vent it through those vents you have that come with the Troopy on the outside to release pressure, because it's such a big area, but it would be vented to our living area, where the annex is. So you're not allowed to vent into there either. But if we vent it under the car, have a one-way valve so no water comes in, that should be fine. So that's awesome. And then we have like a fully enclosed battery box as well, so there's no fumes coming into the cabin. So that will be there. Still can access it from the outside and the inside, and there will be a cupboard next to it and a cupboard in front of it. We have another 60-liter water tank, which puts us close to, or actually over 100 liters of water in here, which is crazy. So much water. And then we'll have a little small storage area above that as well. I will link those two. I'll make an actual video about that. I'll link those two together at the bottom, and we can actually just use them one, both, or none. So there will be like a three-way valve in it as well. Then on this side, so this is also going to be our seating area, and we'll keep room there for a diesel heater in the future. Probably goes in the sidewall if it fits. Another big storage box in here with access from here and from above, and then toilet with another little storage area underneath. This will not be a water jerry can. And then the fridge there with another storage underneath for tools. And yeah, that should be it. Won't leave much room for clothes, but I think there's more important things than clothes. We're doing really well with just a couple of sets of clothes. And yeah, just buy what we need when we need it, and then get rid of it when we don't need it, really. And you know, things happen, so this is what I envisioned it to be. Could be very different when we actually build it, but I thought it's good to have it as a little bit of a progress video. So yeah, now it's time to get rid of it all, clean it all, and start sound deadening. Lucky that was just water. And just like that, we're empty. Time to remove the sidewalls. And then just like this, that's it. Kept the seatbelt in. It's still my car, so I still need to drive it, making sure it's compliant. And then in here, this is the stage 1 sound deadener. So I will compare it with some photos I've got from Car Builder and see if they did it the same way. Looking at down here, I might want to put something on here. This is sound deadened but dirty, so I'll have to give that a good clean. And then I reckon maybe in here, this might need some sound deadening as well in here. And then this would be a really good spot for air compressors and stuff like that, I reckon. So yeah, we'll see how we go. It's got so many mounting points, it's so good. Like all this we can repurpose for when we put in all our cupboards. And yeah, I'll just put sound deadener stage 2 on here after this, so that will dampen it, and it will also insulate it from the heat because it gets really bloody hot in here. Happy days! Woo. I'm just in the middle of vacuuming this side wall, and look at, I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. That is all dust. But there's a heap of extra storage in here, so I'm thinking we'll definitely turn those into sort of like shelves or pockets or something where we can store stuff in that we don't need all the time, unless we put like the water pump and stuff in there. But yeah, like this is awesome. Look at that. Perfect for mounting. All like factory holes in it already we can use. This is great. I'm so excited. Now that I've removed all the big dust, it is time for a little wipe down. I'm just using baby soap and water because it's extra good for stickers, and hopefully all the insulation will stick. Doesn't look like I have to do too much. Like all the main panels are already covered. I'll definitely do in here and down in there, and then I can do stage 2 in there. I think I'll do that for today and then see how that goes, and then I can do the rest. And I also judge how much I need for the floor here, because that's still completely uncovered, and then we go from there. Alright, so that is it. It's not 100%. I would like to have probably another bit, but you know, I had 2 pieces for each side wall and then 8 for the floor. That's what they recommended. I think it's recommended to have 70% covered. So I've added this one at the bottom here because this was completely empty, and that's a big panel. And then this was already in here. I'd love to have another little bit here. And then this was already covered. This was covered, and then I added this. And same again in the bottom here, because I feel like that's where all your rattling comes from as well. I don't know. I'm no sound technician, but yeah, so I'd love to cover this corner and that corner. I'm just gonna roll with it as it is for now, and then if I have some spare, I'll add it. But I'm gonna just have a look and see what the level or the stage 2 insulation, how that is going to fit in here. That's it here, one big roll. And yeah, let's see how we can fit this in here. First piece of stage 2 insulation is cap. Now I just have to glue it in and do it about 1 million times more. Yay! It's actually really good to work with. I was gonna do it in one piece, and then it just got too tricky with this and behind here, because you can't actually push it through there. So I'm just gonna work in a bottom and a top layer here, one piece along here, I reckon one piece there, and then probably another 2 pieces in there. Listen to the difference. This is obviously with the stage 1 on it. Still stage 1. I think this is gonna be amazing when it's all done. I was questioning it. I was like, oh, did I go overboard with this? Because it's like carpet underlay, not sound deadener in that sense, but it just sounded so good. And it's so good. And it sticks so well. I was a bit worried. I'm like, oh, it's probably not going to stick enough. It sticks so well. And like people say it's hard to work with. It is. No, it is good. I'm stoked. Difference between just level 1 and level 2 sound deadener is crazy. Listen to this. That's with 2. That's with 1. I wasn't gonna do it, I was just gonna do level 1 in the doors, but oh my god, this is the biggest difference. Another day, another project. Today we're going to remove all the tint. There is some tint on the back windows and the 2 front windows. I'm going to remove that, and then I'm going to replace it with 35 at the front, or add 35 at the front and then have 15 at the back. See how that goes.
Heat guns are your best friend for removing stickers and old window tint. One of the windows actually had multiple layers of tint on them. A spatula has no business on your paint or your window.
Well, that worked surprisingly well. Just gonna remove that. There's a couple of screws, and then the glare is insane. Like, having tint makes such a difference. Like, it's still got tint on it. This is all gone. A little bit of sticker residue, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna remove that. That was much easier than expected. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I thought it's gonna take me all day. Now it looks like this. All the film is gone. Sun's coming like crazy. It's super hot, and there's still some sticker residue, so I'll try some of this stuff and see how it goes.
Window tint comes with a sticky side protected by a thin layer of foil. Once partially removed, spray the window and the sticky tint side with a mixture of baby soap and water, called slip solution. Also make sure your window and sills are as clean as possible. Every speck of dirt will show up as bubbles. Once in place, use a felt-covered applicator or a pastry scraper and a damp cloth to squidgy out any water working from the center towards the edges. I just successfully stuffed up a window and sprayed alcohol instead of soap, and yeah, that doesn't go well together. So I've got spare from the rear window that's already got nice tint on it, and I cut another template because you live and you learn. Oh my god. Anyway, attempt number 2. I did it! Fully tinted all windows. I did all the cargo area and the front ones. I didn't do the back ones. They already had nice dark tint on them, so I won't worry about that. Oh my god. Would I do it again? Probably, because it's worth the savings if you're not after a perfect job. Like there's little bubbles and stuff. I think most of it will cure out, but like this is pretty good for a first time, and it feels so good. Like you start and you do the first one and you get so frustrated and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna look so bad, and then you do the next one and it feels better, and the next one, and after 4 windows I was like, yeah, I got this. And then you start like learning little tricks, and like for those ones that actually you have to actually slide the tint behind this strip, like you put it on here and then you have to push it through. So for the last one I actually figured out how to do it better rather than taking the entire backing off. You just take like the first bit off, push it through, soap it all up, push it through, and then do the rest, so you don't end up with random little bits in there. But all things considered, I'm so stoked. Like this, I think with the Troopy, because it's so many windows, I reckon it would be like $1,000 at least to get this done. And then all the sills were really dirty, so I had to clean all that up as well. So it took me, with removing a couple of tints, took me a day. Like I started early today. I started like 7:30. So I did all day yesterday and then today, and like it's gonna get scratched anyway. It really does not matter unless you're after a perfect job. This is really good. And getting it pre-cut, like I bought it pre-cut for $250, and you know, you have to do little adjustments to it, but it's perfect. Saves you so much time, and I think it's a good price for that. It's ceramic. Like I can sit here sun blasting and I can feel a little bit of heat, but it's not like you're sitting out in the sun, and you won't get sunburn. It's like filtering 98% of UV rays as well. So I'm gonna go celebrate with another cup of coffee and some brekkie, and then finish the insulation. Oh yeah, poached eggs and toast. Worthy celebration breakfast, I think. Look at that. You want some of this? Yes? Okay. Now it's time for round 2 for today. I'm gonna finish insulating or sound deadening the floor with stage 1 stuff. Just filling in those gaps along here. And I'm basing myself off the car builder's template. That's like the best resource I could find, and I just, look what they did and then just cut the little pieces myself. I assume they just cover pretty much anything that's like a bigger panel. So like this in between here is a bigger one, and this one, and then they even fill in the little ones here in the back. And then hopefully I have enough time and I'll put stage 2 on the wheel arches, and that's pretty much it. And just like this, we have sound deadener 1, stage 1 down. So you have full panels here, 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 here. So that's 8 full ones, and then I reckon it was another 2 cut up in between those little ones. So 10 for the floor, and I reckon if you wanted to be really particular, you could add a little bit here, a little bit there. But I think because this is really close to the cab, it has not much vibration going on. But yeah, I just followed the car builder's one, and yeah, my template stage 2 too, just for fun, to see what it's like. So cool. I was just sanding back the hole where the roll bar was mounted. So this is the hole, and then this had a cover of it, and I was like, wonder what's in there. So I opened it up, and all I could see was like a piece of wire in there, and I'm like, what the hell is that doing in there? Pull it out, and this is how they mounted the roll bar to the Troopy. I found one on both sides. This is so good. Genius. It's probably how you do it, but that was unexpected. Another week in the Troopy build. Today we'll get rid of the bin bags that have been hanging out of the side of the windows for the last week. Go and touch up some paint and make it all rust free. This is what I was up to last week. I tapped it all off, I primed it, but I ran out of time, so today I'll try and spray it, try and make the edges a little bit smoother, sand it back a little bit. And then at the front there was just some dips in the frame here, so I puttied this up with car putty, and I'll have to sand that back. That's nice and hard now, primed up and respray. This whole area is already sanded. This is just a little bit of putty to make it smoother.
And same on this side. I think it's just, it bent the frame a little bit where they mounted the roll bar. So, yeah. Other than that, that's another good spot I have to prime and paint. And this one there, because it's just bare metal. So yeah, just half a day today, I reckon. Not too crazy. Little update. It was nearly all over before it even started, but we noticed something wrong. Is water in the fuel. Water at a really high pressure can cut steel, and when you cut steel, your whole engine can blow up.